So I have three big fears. I'm afraid of the dark, of being dirty, and of spiders. And for all of those reasons, I have never been to summer camp, except for a few months ago. So last year I was in another storytelling show and I made a friend, Stephanie, who told me that every single year she got a big group of her friends together and they went to adult summer camp, a summer camp right outside Baltimore or DC, and they played games together, they had bonded, and it was such a beautiful experience. And in fact, it was so special and so beautiful that she and her husband had decided to get married at camp this year. And I got an invite to it. And I just recently was married, so I was really touched by this. I knew how special this was, and I completely forgot all my fears and decided to RSVP yes. So a few months pass, and finally it's time to go to camp. I head up to a campground right outside Baltimore, and as I'm driving up through the trees, all those fears are starting to come back into me again. And I'm like, what am I doing here? I cannot do this. My husband can't come. I barely know anybody here. I am very scared. So I get up there and I decide, okay, we're going to do this. I head into my cabin, which I'm sharing with 16 other people. And first thing I notice is everybody's like, ooh, this is really nice. There's a bathroom in here. Ooh, there are screens on the windows. Ooh, the spider situation will be much better than last year. Good start. But again, I'm going to dive right in. It's Friday. I head out the door. We're learning line dances. We're making crafts together. And around 4 o'clock or so, the bride, who is kind of like the camp director, asks me, hey, can you help make dinner for everybody in the big industrial kitchen in the lodge? And it's spaghetti and meatballs, and I'm Italian, so I was like, of course. And I head in there, and we're having a really great time. It's me, the groom's brother, another guy. We have matching aprons on. We're playing music. We're dancing. We're cooking spaghetti and meatballs. We're gossiping. The photographer for the wedding, which is tomorrow, has arrived, and he is really friendly or really horny, and we cannot figure it out. So we're like, what's up with this guy? I'm thinking this is great. I can do this. And then the sky gets dark, and the rain starts hammering against the windows, and there's thunder and lightning, and the lights start flickering, and then there's a big crash, and all the lights go out. And then to make matters worse, the bride comes into the kitchen a few minutes later. The big crash we heard was a power line that has fallen across the exit and entrance to camp. It's live, so therefore we cannot leave, and they cannot come and fix it until the end of the weekend. So we are out of lights, and we soon discover, of water for the entire weekend. Bride goes off to do, I assume, a huge freak out. And I am like, we got to get this dinner out the door. So we decide to finish dinner, and as we're cooking in this hot kitchen, we have these burners on. It is getting so hot. We have no water. We have no AC. It is getting so hot. There is sweat dripping down my face. It is so hot that the meatball meat that we're working with is melting in the hands of the groom's brother, and it's getting all over the floor. And we have no water, so I am literally scooping pasta out of the hot water with tongs and putting them in a bowl and then refilling it with dry pasta and doing it all over again. I am covered in pasta sauce, pasta water. I am dirty, and it is getting very dark. At this point, we have made enough dinner that I'm like, I'm getting out of here, because again, now I'm thinking the next challenge is that it's about to get very, very dark around here. There are no lights, but I have a flashlight in my cabin. So I run up to my cabin and I crash through the doors, and everybody, all 16 people are in there, and they're all deciding what we're going to do about the bathroom situation. You see, since we've got no water, we could pee in the bathroom, but if you wanted to do anything else, don't. Go outside. I decide I will not poop for the entire weekend. My cabin mates head down to eat, and having seen how the meatballs were made, I decide that I will not eat. And I decide to do the only thing that makes sense once I have my flashlight and it's getting darker in this cabin, which is go outside and smoke some weed. Head out there. And I'm smoking, I'm standing with my flashlight just thinking, like, what am I supposed to do? I can't escape. The live wire is literally on top of my car. I can see it. Do I go through the woods? Do I pop out in Baltimore, hop on the train? My phone said I can't even call my husband. This is a disaster. And then I hear some footsteps behind me. It's the horny photographer. he's like, hey, Chelsea, we met earlier in the kitchen. He's like, can I have some of that? So I'm like, okay, yeah. So we're smoking together, we're talking, and I learn a couple of things from him. One is he's very recently single. So yes, he is absolutely very horny. 2, he is a veteran camper. He's from the Pacific Northwest. This is so not new to him. He camps without lights in bathrooms all the time, which is disgusting. And 3, he's staying in the basement of the lodge, which is actually quite nice. It's a finished basement. It has rooms and bathrooms. And would I like to go see it? Now, like I said, I am married. I'm not going to have sex with this man. However, the weed has made me a genius. He knows what he's doing. And he has access to secret bathrooms. Yes, I would love to come to the basement with you. And I'm thinking I could take this guy if I have to. But so we head down to the basement, and he turns on some lanterns, and sure enough, it's a really nice basement. And we're looking around. He's showing me all the different bedrooms. I'm looking at all the different bathrooms. He's thinking he's going to get laid. I'm thinking I'm going to poop. This is so great. I'm shining my flashlight around, and my flashlight beam lands on a spider the size of my palm. I run. I'm out of there. He's screaming behind me, no, I'm out of there. The weed has made me the most paranoid person at camp. I am running through the dark in the woods. I'm so dirty. There are spiders after me, and I smell like a meatball. And I crash through the cabin doors, and all my cabin mates are like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't care. I'm running from a spider. And I hop in my sleeping bag, and I zip it all the way up over my head like a big worm. And I stay in there the entire night, rotating like a little rotisserie chicken. Finally, it seems like enough time has passed, and I unzip, covered in sweat, smelling like a meatball. I run outside the doors of the cabin, and it's light outside. And there are no spiders waiting for me. And I look around, and I forgot. Today's the wedding. I'm here for a wedding. And I look around, and everybody is going about making this wedding happen. People are arranging chairs, and they're bringing flowers that they arranged up. And some people who are going to sing a song are now practicing it a cappella since they cannot sing with music. And I kind of think back to when I got married and how special that day felt and how much it meant to me to have my friends and my loved ones make it happen for me. And I realized I had water, I had electricity, but Stephanie, my friend, the bride, she doesn't. And we're going to make this happen for her. So I decide to lock in. I head out there. I'm helping with the flowers. I get everybody coffee. And we end up having one of the best days ever. It is an amazing wedding. And as the day goes on, I see more and more why everybody, despite the spider situation being worse than it was this year, which is shocking, come back every year because they loved these people. They loved the bride and groom, and they did everything to make that a wonderful day for them. And throughout the day, we line danced, we showed off our crafts, we zip lines, and as the day went on, I was getting more and more chill. I was getting more excited. And later that night, we're sitting around the campfire, and up comes the photographer with another girl. He was quick. I don't blame him. And he sits down and he goes, did you guys know Chelsea has a psychological problem with spiders? Yes, I do. But I will still go to camp again next year. Thank you.